Ukraine's ambassador to the United Nations warns that there is a threat of war and demands that the Russian occupation of Crimea end immediately. Ukraine wants international intervention, but Russia has veto power of the UN Security Council. Ebru's Tasmin Mahfuz joins us live now from New York City at UN headquarters. Tasmin.
Good evening, Logan. Well, Russia is showing no signs of backing down. The Ukrainian mission to the UN said there are 16,000 Russian troops in Crimea right now, and even though world leaders have been threatening sanctions against Russia, it hasn't stopped the Kremlin to test fire a missile, stating that the former Ukrainian president encouraged them to step in. In 4 days, this is already the third emergency UN Security Council meeting. Diplomats have asked Russia to withdraw troops. Moscow's UN ambassador says Ukraine's future president Viktor Yanukovych in a letter has permitted Russian troops on the border.
I would call on the president of Russia, Mr. Putin, asking him to use the armed forces of the Russian Federation to establish legitimacy, peace, law and order, stability, and defending the people of the Ukraine. Signed, Viktor Yanukovych.
But Kiev's ambassador says it's up to the parliament to seek foreign help, not the ousted leader.
The only legal body in Ukraine, our parliament, according to the constitution, if needed, could invite the military assistance from abroad.
Meanwhile, the prime minister of Crimea, the autonomous Ukrainian republic in question, says most Ukrainian military units have surrendered. But the U.S. is encouraging Russia to engage in legitimate talks with Ukrainian leaders.
There is a way out, and that is through direct and immediate dialogue by Russia with the government of Ukraine.
The U.S., along with Canada and Japan, may impose sanctions if Russia doesn't withdraw troops. And it's important to note that Ukrainian elections are in 90 days, so now is really a bad time for their neighbors to intervene with such force. But the UN community here say that it's unlikely that the UN will be able to ease tensions because Russia is a permanent member. They'll be able to veto any resolution against Moscow. But the Deputy Secretary General is expected to return from Kiev tomorrow. He's expected to have a press conference and will continue to keep you posted on the latest developments from the United Nations. Logan.
All right, Tasmin Mahfuz reporting live tonight from the United Nations. Thank you so much for that report.